Welcome to the Mismatch. I'm Chris Vernon, and joining me as he does every Tuesday from TheRinger.com is Dave Jacoby. Jacoby!
Verno back from Vegas. I'm sure you had like a Hunter S. Thompson sort of a spree out there in Vegas.
I made it. I made it through. 5 days is a long time. I was there from Thursday, and I arrived back in Memphis on Monday night. But got to see a ton of people, got to see a lot of basketball, and certainly it's good. You know, the good thing about Summer League, honestly, is just getting to see people that I only see once a year and meeting a lot of people that, you know, in 2025, you got a lot of these like internet relationships with people, but you never see them in person. And some people I've never met in person. And so just getting to see them was the fun part. I'll tell you about some of them. Some of them that I got to see. I never get to see Sam Vecini from The Athletic, who did an unbelievable job on his draft guide as always. Sam, he lives in Australia, so I really never see him. And he's never coming back. We were talking, and I was like, so how does that work? Like time change, whatever. He's like, you have no idea. He almost sold me on moving to Australia. He was like, so I cover the NBA, right? Games are on from like 9 to 3. He's like, I have the only job in the world where I cover basketball like a normal job. Like I have like a 9 to 5 job in Australia. And I'm like, that is unbelievable. I was like, no wonder you can get all this draft guide done that's got 700 million words in it. Other guys, I met Bobby Marks for the first time.
Nice.
And I'd never met Bobby Marks before. So that was kind of cool.
Hold up. Don't bury the lead. This is the mismatch. You met the target guy. Get there.
No.
Get there.
I'm saving him for last. Hold on. Also, there was a moment in time where I was like, I would give anything for Jacoby to be with me right now.
What's this?
Let me say off the bat, people were unbelievably nice about the mismatch, about about everything. Everybody was so kind about everything. But and it has nothing to do. Like I saw all kinds of everybody in the NBA, celebrities, all kinds of people. I saw them when we were out and about and at different parties and whatever. But there was one person where I was like, oh my God, I would give anything to be with Dave Jacoby now. No, better. I mean, this one, it was so random that I go to the NBA party on Sunday night, and I walk in, and I see a bunch of people that I know. I see our buddy Waz from Ringer NBA show, Amin El Hassan, Zach Harper, a bunch of these guys are all there, right? So I'm walking around, right? And I stop in my tracks. I can't believe what I'm seeing. And there's a guy that is posted up. He's just standing there, arms folded. And when I tell you, it was the most intimidating human I have ever seen in my life. I've been around wrestlers. I've been around UFC fighters.
It's a great tease.
I've been around football players. The only person I can compare this to, the only person, is when I was very young in the industry. This is going to really age me. I used to set up at SEC Media Days every year. And there was a defensive tackle from the University of Tennessee that went on to become an NFL star. And his name was John Henderson. And he was the biggest human I'd ever seen in my life. And he looked meaner than hell. And I was like, and that is always stuck in my head for 20 years. John Henderson. I've never been around an individual like this. And there I am, this NBA party. And this guy's standing there. And I'm like, oh my God. If something happened at this party, there would be 2,000 bloody carcasses and this guy. It is Jokic's brother.
Yes.
with the mohawk. With
that one. That one.
A t-shirt,
oh my God.
A t-shirt and shorts, the mohawk tatted all through his neck. By the way, this is what you don't know. Both legs completely sleeved all the way down in tats. Both arms. And I'm like, oh my God. He is a unit. He looks, you can't believe it. You can't believe this human being. I have a picture of it.
You took an unsolicited picture of him?
And I went and stood next to him. And he's looking at me. And I don't know if the guy speaks English or not. And he's like looking at me like scary like. And I'm like, hey, man. And I was like, I just had to like stand next to you so my buddy could see how small I am compared to you. And he's like, he doesn't like respond. He's like looking at me. And I'm like, so I just wanted to see like how small I am compared to you. And I'm like holding up my fingers like this. And he's like, yeah. And I just walked away. And I'm like, holy Jacoby.
I don't know if he speaks English. He might not speak any language. Like he might just grunt.
Bro, I'm telling you. I mean, this guy looks.
What a sighting!
Why is he there?
Why not?
I don't know. I know. Why not?
Good question. Why is he there?
And I promise you, his name was on no list. He just walked in. This guy walks in anywhere. I think he just like, oh, that looks fun. And he just walked in. Sure. I don't know who I don't know who he was with. I didn't see him talking to anybody.
Is he drinking?
No.
What does he eat? Beer bottles?
I don't know. I'm telling you.
What is he doing there? Because Jokic is obviously like, horse racing over in Serbia or whatever.
I don't know. Everything about it was amazing. And I was like, I would give any, because we would have for sure taken a picture with him.
I would talk to him. Yeah,
we had to.
What's he going to do? Punch me in the face at the party? You know what I mean? Like, what's he going to do?
Bro, nobody looks meaner than this guy. I have been around wrestlers. Wrestlers pale in comparison to this guy. Pale.
I love this.
He's the biggest human being I think I've ever seen. He is a unit. It was great. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, is that Jokic's brother?
I know which one you're talking about too, because there's two, and I've never seen them separate. But there's one who's sort of like a little more expressive.
I felt like I got the whole experience too, because he had the mohawk freshly trimmed.
Yeah,
he's standing there like arms and legs both exposed, and they're tatted head to toe. And I'm like, oh, but like the things this guy has done in his life, he is capable of dastardly deeds.
I just want to see his whole day. Like, does he go to the pool and like tan? Like if the servers are too scared to come up to him?
I don't know.
Like, he's just like, I want to see what happens when he goes to the nightclub and he walks up and they're like, "Are you on the list?" And he's just like, "I am the list, bro." Like what? What are you gonna do?
It was so there's twofold, right? Number one, could not have been more excited, and it was just a moment I'll never forget in my life. Number two, it ruined everything else. Like, I didn't even care about anybody. I didn't care about anybody else after that. Nothing.
Of course.
Like, there was nobody I could see. There was nobody I could run across. There was no, like, it's like, all right, this is the holy grail. I've done it. I've seen this guy.
Yeah, that's the mountaintop.
That's right. The mountaintop is, if there is anybody that I would want to see at a party, it's him.
Do you remember like 100 men versus a gorilla? It's more like 100 gorillas versus him.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And let me tell you, I've got him.
Yeah. So the gorillas don't even touch him. They're scared.
They don't have it. I feel like they would just be sprayed across the room. He's unbelievable. So anyways, I'm burying the lead.
Can you imagine him just like playing penny slots? Like, what did he do for the rest of the day? Just imagine just like he's sitting there just like bing, 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 just like pushing buttons or whatever. Just quick side point. I always see like sort of our elderly friends playing slots or whatever, and they're having so much fun. And I go over and I sit down, and I'm too dumb for slots. I don't even know how they work. I have no idea. I'm like, this can't be that hard. It's a mindless activity, and that can't be that hard. And I put some money in, and I'm just pushing buttons, and I have no idea how to play slots. So I need to Google that. So it's a little summer improvement for myself.
I unfortunately do know, and you know how you know we're getting old, Jacoby? I watched a YouTube on how to win on slots, and I watched the whole video, and then I went there, and the first 3 days, I couldn't. I couldn't stop winning.
Really?
I said the YouTube video. I said, I can't believe it. It works. The YouTube video works. And day 4, they got it back in blood.
I'm sure.
I was like, that YouTube video. YouTube video sucks. I was trying to learn like slot strategy. I was like, okay.
What's the vibe in the room? What's the vibe in the room at summer league? Because watching it on TV, it's just a lot of empty seats, especially at the pavilion, and no real energy. Like
it's really
like
strange. It was really strange this year. So I was talking to a lot of people about this. I don't know what the difference is this year, but like, okay, so when we went to the arena, like early in the day, there's not many people there. And then late at night, there's not many people there, right? People are kind of either they're not up yet, to go to basketball games at 1:00. But they're like, if you're the early game, so it was interesting. The Memphis team that I went and watched both times was one of them was like a 1:30 game, and one of them was a 7:30 game. And obviously, they don't have like premier players that everybody's lined up to see. But the 7:30 game was right after the Portland, Pelicans versus Lakers, and that was Bronny, and LeBron was there, and there's still like there's tons and tons of Laker fans that are there. But then as soon as the Lakers were done, they all just left, right? And this year, the buzz wasn't like the other years. And I don't know what it is about Cooper Flagg, because, I mean, he reclassed. He went to, college early and was the best player in college basketball. And by all accounts, is this unbelievable prospect that people would have very high in virtually any draft. And yet, it's not like it was with Zion. It's not even close. Like the buzz around Zion and Wemby, those two guys, totally and completely unlike. Like you don't hear about it in the same way this year. There's way less buzz with Flagg than there was with those two. Those two were like must see everybody. I mean, like you couldn't find seats. You couldn't find seats when those guys were playing. And I'm not saying that like, people aren't going to see Cooper Flagg. I'm saying when you bop around, the buzz is not the same as it was with those guys. Like those guys were, I don't know, built up as such a massive attraction in I think a little bit of a different way. And then Flagg had the super uneven first game and then the unbelievable second game. And then I
didn't mind the first game. I mean, we don't have to go over a summer league game from 7 days ago, but I watched the first game and he didn't shoot it great, but I was like, man, look at this guy. Everything you could ask for in an NBA prospect. Every single thing.
Yeah, so it was a little odd this year just because it wasn't the buzz and, like, obviously it wasn't as packed as
there might
usual.
be something to the sort of, for lack of a better term, freakishness of Zion and Wemby where it's just like, I have to see this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas, like, Cooper's more of just like a down-the-middle fastball instead of, like, some junk pitch of a basketball prospect.
Well, it's same with the other guys because you think about like picks 2 and those ones in the top 5. People don't know Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey and those guys. Like they don't have the same familiarity as much as right. You're much more aware of like an average basketball fan has a much greater awareness of Walter Clayton Jr. because the average basketball fan
watch the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those guys weren't in the NCAA tournament. And so you've got some of the elite level prospects coming up that weren't involved in the NCAA tournament as many in the past, right? Like, I mean, I saw like last year before he got hurt, people were piling in to see Zach Edey because Zach Edey was famous, like really famous from being at Purdue 2 years in a row, obviously getting knocked out by the 16 seed and then going to the Final Four in the final game. So it was interesting.
So there's something came across my mind. Just have a brief moment of silence.
Okay.
Watching Yuki in a Bulls jersey broke my heart.
Oh, dude.
It broke my heart, Verno. It broke. You see the passes?
It's not.
He plays with so much joy.
You know what's worse? You said he missed Memphis.
Oh my God.
I know. I cried myself to sleep.
It's awful. It's an awful development. Memphis, everyone's been celebrating Memphis for all these offseason moves they've made. It's like, forget that. How I mean, that is malpractice to allow a talent like Yuki walk out of the door. I would wave and stretch jaw. Get Yuki back.
They're obviously done with. I think they've established they're done with small guards because they bought out Cole Anthony too. It's just nobody else small. We're done with small. You gotta be at least 6'3" now.
You can't dunk. You can't play for the Grizzlies.
You can't play anymore. Ja's the only one. He's the smallest guy, and that's the way it's gonna be. Anyways, getting to the games. It was not the same. At least my experience was not the same as in years past. The middle of the day was slammed, but like the night games started to filter out more. Early games were not nearly.
It's not even that late because they start at 7:30 local time, right? So it's like they end at 9:30.
But everybody wants to go and start their night. Well, here's the other problem. It keeps getting pushed back, right? So the last game the Memphis game that I told you about on Saturday night, the one that was after Pelicans and Lakers, that game didn't start until probably 8:30. It's supposed to start at 7:30. So they start running long. If you get 10 fouls in these games. So if you get one of the games running long, it pushes back everything for the whole rest of the day. And people ain't trying to get out of that arena at 10:30 at night.
There's just so many other things to do.
There's too many other things to do
in Vegas.
Right. They always try to get you out. You go to any of the shows, and the shows try to get you out. I saw the debut of Kelly Clarkson. I saw that at Caesars. She was unbelievable. Unbelievable. One of the best singers I've ever seen in person in my life. Great.
I can't name a Kelly Clarkson song.
Yes, you can. You would know 10. You would know 10. I promise you.
Since You've Been Gone?
Yes, that's a Kelly Clarkson
song. That's a good one. I bet I know them. I just can't name them. There's a difference.
Okay, and so now we've gone way too long. On Friday, I do my local show, the Chris Vernon Show, at Resorts World, at this sports bar called the Doghouse. We're all set up there, and I'm in the first segment of the show, and I look up in the middle of the first segment, and there's a guy that's walked in. He's wearing a shirt and tie. So he stands out. I mean, it's 10 a.m. in Vegas.
It's 115 degrees, too. Like, who wants to do that?
And I look over, and I see him. And immediately, I was like, oh, my God.
It's him.
No, it's him. That's him. That is him. Target guy. Showed up to a live remote I was doing. Of course, I call him straight up to the stage.
Duh.
He comes up to the stage. We put the headset on.
What's he look like?
Mid-30s, average guy, skinny.
Okay, white guy?
Yeah, white guy. Yeah. He says...
brown hair, regular build, regular size, regular height, regular guy.
Yes. Used to own one of the awesome wing restaurants in Memphis.
Ooh.
Yes. Family is like a family of jewelers that have a famous name. I was previously unaware. Again, this is the guy that ran up to me at Target. Okay. And he says to me, so I recount the story. And I said, how did you? And he goes, I knew that you had talked about me. And he's like, people had mentioned it to me. And he's like, I tried to reach out to you, but I don't know. He didn't reach out to me. He reached out to like my company's Twitter account or whatever, and like it never got to me.
They're just used to complaints about Chris Vernon. They
don't
open that account
so
anymore.
Target guy, he's like, I was trying to find you to let you know. He's like, but he flew out to Vegas to do this. And he says, so I'm recounting the story about Target that I've told many times. Guy comes up to me, says, the player he would take, and so I say, you told me the best player in this draft is going to be Cedric Coward. And I was like, and then it became just a thing. And then, of course, it came to fruition. It's all destiny, right? And he says, what I told you was, by the way, Target guy, everything that comes out of Target guy's mouth. So I had this one instance in Target with this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't understand, everything that comes out of Target guy's mouth is scolding hot takes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about AI? You want to talk about anything? Okay? Like, that's just how he talks.
I love those guys.
And it's real as the streets, too. So he says to me, he goes, that's not what I said to you in Target. I'm like, oh, sorry. I've been mistelling.
He's got a bone to pick. He's got a score to settle.
He said
that flew out.
He said you're mistelling the story.
I love this. I love this.
No, just wait. Just wait. If people think I'm BSing.
That's not what I told you.
If people think I'm BSing, I promise you could go type in Chris Vernon Show on YouTube. It's Friday's show. There's a video of it. So you will see this human being, and you will know I'm not lying about this. This guy is a force of nature, okay? He says, this is not what I said to you. What I said to you was, everybody wants these Cooper Flag cards, but the best part, he goes, I would take Cedric Coward number 1. And I said, who? And he said, and you left out what I said to you. Sorry, Target guy. Sorry.
He's pissed.
He goes, I told you you're not ready for this.
No.
You're not ready.
This reminds me of like Princess Bride. It's like, my name is Diego Montoya. I know what you're talking about. It's just like the whole plane ride. He was just practicing what he was going to tell you.
This is what he said. He goes, I told you he's Michael Jordan.
Oh my God.
Hey.
That he didn't say that. Into a microphone?
Listen. Hey. And he goes, Chris, I've been listening to you for years. And many times I think to myself, you need to pump the brakes. You need to pump the brakes when you're talking about this guy. You need to pump the brakes when you're talking about that guy. You need to pump the brakes, okay? He says, you, on this one, you need to hit the gas.
Yes.
Hey, and I said, bro, Target guy, you said Michael Jordan. He looks at me dead in the face. Look, and he goes, that's the floor.
I love Target guy. Target guy. In the history of the NBA draft, I don't think anyone has ever had a player comp of Michael Jordan. They just don't do it. It's just impossible.
You're not ready for this one either.
What do you mean? He just said Michael Jordan is the floor.
Wait till we get a little deeper into this.
What kind of takery is this?
Then he puts together an entire full draft board. Okay. But I guess he does risk assessment too. So that's why he doesn't have Coward number 1 on his board.
Wait, so Michael Jordan is the floor, but he doesn't have Coward number 1. Michael Jordan is the floor.
Who would he have taken number 1?
Oh, I like this. Stand by.
You're gonna lose your mind when I tell you
Jokic.
Walter Clayton Jr.
I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
I said, oh, you think he could be like Brunson? He said, I swear to you, looks me dead in the face, and he goes, Chris, he's better than Brunson now.
I love Target. Can we have him on the show? You know what? You know what?
I'm telling you, you think you've heard hot takes. Target guy, just a random guy that I met in Target, is an absolute force of NBA take nature.
This is great. He's going to be on First Take in like next week.
When you say, look, people can go back. Like I told you, you can watch the video. You can see this for yourself. It's 20 minutes I had him on, and everything out of his mouth is just like, what? Like scolding, face-melting hot takes.
He's better than Brunson now.
Hey. No, and he doesn't smirk. He is dead serious. You can't even believe he's a real human. It's so awesome.
I love Target Guy.
It's great. He
tongue out of cheek. Bro, I'm dead serious about this.
He showed up in Vegas to come on the show. And when I tell you, people are texting me during the show, and they're like, there's no way this is real. And I'm like, it's real. He walked up to a group. There was a bunch of guys. All right, I'll save the best for two things.
There's more?
Yeah, two that you're going to lose your mind over. One, it's a guy that's there as a fan in the crowd. He's come from, I can't remember where he came from, but he's there to watch the show. He's there with another guy. And he goes, you're never going to believe this. He goes, I'm on the plane headed from Memphis out to Las Vegas. And he goes, and there was this guy on the plane, and he was being this super jerk to like everybody. And he's like, and I'm starting to get frustrated, right? Whatever. And the guy next to me is like, hey, man, don't worry about him. He's just being a jerk. Don't worry about it. He's like, you just have a good flight, whatever. He's like, all right, cool, man. And so that was it. Then they get on the next plane from Dallas to Las Vegas. And he goes, I'm sitting all the way in the back. And he goes, and I sit next to this guy. It's the same guy that said something to me on the plane, not the jerk, the guy that calmed me down. Yeah. He goes, I'm sitting down next to him on the plane like a businessman because he's in a, shirt and tie. And he goes, so where are you headed? He's like, well, I'm a big basketball fan. I'm from Memphis. He goes, I'm going out to Summer League. He's like, wow, man, me too. And he goes, yeah. He goes, so I'm going to go out there. And he's like, have you ever heard of the Chris Vernon show? And the guy turns to him and he goes, holy shit, you're Target Guy.
No.
And he goes, I am Target Guy. he realized immediately that he was like, there's no way. And so he said, I fly with him there. I fly with him to Las Vegas. And he's like, he's the nicest guy. They go out to breakfast. They become friends.
Yes.
This other guy. Okay. So now here, that's just a sidebar. The best one ever. Target Guy gets done with the show. We had him on. I mean, one of the most unbelievable performances ever. I mean, Cedric Coward is going to be Michael Jordan. Walter Clayton's already better than Jalen Brunson. Just a hot take festival.
Love this guy.
There's a guy in the crowd who's a friend of mine, who's an Instagram and TikTok influencer from Memphis. He's got a big table of guys that are there to watch the show. Target Guy walks up to him after we're done, and he goes, hey, guys, you want a picture with me? And they were like, no. Hey, he looks them dead in the face, and he goes, you're going to regret that.
That was a mistake. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
What a legend.
A legend.
Wow.
These guys,
Do
these
you
guys
want
are
a
like,
picture with
these
me?
guys are guys
You're
that
going to regret that.
These guys are guys that get like,
yeah, 1 million followers or whatever.
Views.
Yeah,
yes.
They're doing ads on social, making $100,000 a year, whatever. Yeah,
he doesn't care. Target Guy walks straight up to him. It was my buddy Jack Hampton, he does Hampton Sports, and he now has a deal with the NBA. He does videos literally for NBA Instagram. He walked straight up to Jack and said, hey, you want a picture?
You want a picture of me?
You want a picture? And Jack's like, no. And he's like, you're going to regret that.
I think he will. Target Guy's right about everything.
I think
Target Guy's right about everything.
I think he will too. He's amongst us.
Yeah.
It's a real human. And so anyways, now the Cedric Coward thing, I jumped on him. I'm like, this is now this is now crazy.
Yeah.
If he's anything other than unbelievable, this is a disappointment.
I mean, I think he'll be better than Michael Jordan. He's got all the tools for now. The size, the wingspan. He'll be like Michael. The thing is, he'll be Michael Jordan, but like in modern day Michael Jordan. So he'll shoot more threes and be more efficient. So he'll be better than Jordan for sure.
All right. So outside of that, all joking aside, do you want to know one current player that I became much higher on, even than I already was, because of what happened at Summer League this year? You'll like this. So
current player that was playing, like a second-year guy, or someone who was just like there?
No, he wasn't playing there.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't playing at this.
Ooh, I like this.
I interviewed JB Bickerstaff yesterday, and I walked away from that interview going, "Oh my God, Cade Cunningham."
Yeah.
The way he talked about that kid and leadership and how he runs things and about how at his age and the way he like kind of got him on his side, right? Like developed a relationship with him. And he's like, I don't have to coach them. He's like, there's all kinds of times.
Monty Williams tried that.
No. Stop.
Monty Williams did that, actually. That's same approach.
He's talking about getting them in line. He's like, he controls that. Like, if something's going on, he'll say, Coach told us, blah, blah, blah. He's like, he'll run it. And I was like, whoa. And I've interviewed a lot of coaches and heard them talk about a lot of players. Very rarely have I heard anybody talk up a player as much as JB talked up Cunningham and his like what's truly great about him as a player and as a teammate. And I walked away from it being like, oh, wow. Like this special. Like he had the big breakout season last year and they started winning. But if you listen to the way he conducts himself within the context of the team and what he cares about and who, like, the kind of guy he is, I was like, oh boy, he's got a superstar on his hands.
We'll do season preview stuff later, whatever.
Yeah.
And I love what the Magic and the Hawks have done in this quote unquote wide open East. But it seems like there's not enough discussion about the Pistons. Like that Knicks series was tough. And Ivy's coming back. They didn't really do any splashy offseason stuff, so there's not a lot of discussion about them. They got Duncan Robinson or whatever, but they're going to be great.
It's so funny. You'll love this too. So Tony Allen was on with me while we were doing the JB interview.
Oh, I thought you had Target Guy and Tony Allen at the same time. That's too much.
I know.
Yeah,
I told Tony Allen, Jacoby, I said, I'm looking over at him and I'm like, oh no, I got to wrap this interview up. Because I'm like, Tony is for sure about to ask him about Beasley, and this is going to get really weird.
For sure.
We got done with the interview, and I said, JB, I saved your ass. I said that was about to happen. Because Tony was going to be like, did you ever draw up a play and be like, yo, what? You got money on this?
What an experience. The Jokic brother, because there is two Jokic brothers, but there's really one Jokic brother. You know what I mean? Yes. You saw the Target Guy, the Jokic brother.
Yes.
Tony Allen.
Yes.
What a
I went to Derrick Rose's chess party.
Oh.
Yeah.
How's your chess game?
I didn't play. Grant Williams won it.
Good for him.
Evidently. And then some guy told me, he's like, Grant Williams is a savant at any game of skill. And I was like, what?
What about basketball?
That's what I said.
Isn't basketball a game of skill?
Evidently, he is like these anything like mind thing or whatever. Unbelievable. Yeah. It was a scene. It was a scene. Also, ran into a guy who's a big fan of the Masters updates.
Oh, me?
Andre Iguodala.
Oh, those are
Finals MVP.
Who's not a big fan of the Masters updates?
I played golf.
He's a golf guy too.
I played golf for one of the days, and we teed off with Iguodala and Jody Meeks. Jody Meeks was out there. Yeah,
didn't he scored 50 for Kentucky one time?
You just see all kinds of like random. I was like, I'll be damned. Jody Meeks. You don't know what guys like Jody Meeks are doing. I know what he's doing. He's playing golf all the time. He's a golfer.
I sat next to Andre Iguodala on a flight after like an All-Star weekend or something. I didn't talk to him. I didn't say anything. But I lit him up with farts the whole time. Just lit him up. Lit him up. Lit him up. 3-4 big ones.
It's been an unbelievable look. It's a hell of a trip to Vegas. I'll try to. I'm trying to do my best to recount a lot of the sights and seeds, but let's talk about some basketball players.
Yeah.
We're going to do
pick up
three
the
guys.
pace, Verno. We got to pick up the pace.
We got three guys that we liked. Okay. You want to start, or you want me to start?
You start.
Okay. I'm going to start with Johan Beringer. Beringer.
Yeah, French. The ER is an A in French.
So I saw this guy, and I was talking to this guy I know who's a European scout. And I was like, tell me a deal on him. And he's like, this guy started playing basketball 3 years ago. And I was like, what? That's what I said. What? He's like, he was a soccer kid.
Yep.
And then sprouted up. You watch him run. He don't run like a 6'11" guy, okay? And he is long as hell. And he comes out, the first game he plays in, anybody can see the highlights. He's Missy, who's no small guy, goes up to the basket. Beringer swats it. Another guy drives it in, swats that. That's the first 2 plays of the game. He had like 6 or 7 blocks in the game. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm watching. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. But, oh my God. And you parents with little Tommy that have a basketball trainer every day of the week. This guy started playing basketball 3 years ago, and little Tommy will never score on him in life, ever. He doesn't even know what he's doing, and he's just swatting stuff. And so this European scout that I know, he said he started playing basketball 3 years ago. He played for the Euro U18 team. He goes, when he showed up to U18, he didn't know what a short roll was.
What?
He didn't know, like, a short roll.
I know what a short roll is. I know what a short roll is, but how does he not know what a short roll is?
He's never played basketball. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. And he learned English, evidently, in, like, 8 months. But there's still, like, a language barrier where he can't, like, understand everything. But, bro, you see him. Like, they threw one down to him on the block. I mean, he can't shoot anything, but they threw one out on a block. And I mean, if he just gets these like right and left floaters, you're never blocking it. And in terms of like rim protection, it's just one of those, you see somebody like that and you go, every once in a while, there's a guy that you see that is so raw. He's 18 too. He's 18. And he looks like a guy that's played basketball for 3 years. But you see his athleticism. You see how he runs. You see he's got a knack for just figuring out like, oh, this guy's shooting it. I'm going to block that shot. And I'm watching him and I'm going, bro, if you do develop this guy, if it develops and he's like, whatever, you could, a guy that like rolls to the basket and finishes everything with dunks, and block shots. Like, I know Tim Conley kind of does the 2 timeline thing a lot. And there will be a time where Rudy Gobert is no longer there, right? I'm just saying, my first impression of this guy was, oh, buddy, if you see that raw, like, athleticism and you see that frame and you're like, bro, if they can teach this guy how to just do what he needs to be able to do, this is freako stuff, like truly freakish. And so I was in. I was like, you know what, man, this is going to be a fun one to see how this develops. I'm just telling you, my first impression was if we look up, and it's going to take a while for sure, but if they could teach this kid, his hands aren't bad, and he finishes dunks, and just the blocking of the shots, he's like he is a freaky athlete. And he runs like a kid that played soccer. He doesn't run like these big oafs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be able to beat people down the floor. And just, I laugh so hard because it's like there's kids in gyms all over the world. This kid just like he never touched a basketball.
Didn't know how to dribble. Yeah. There's 4-year-olds right now that spend 50 hours a week, and the dads spend $10,000 a month on developing their game. And this guy learned how to dribble like after the pandemic.
He went 17th in the draft. There were 16 players drafted ahead of him.
In a great draft, too.
And he's played basketball for 3 years.
God.
Yeah. What is he going to look like when he has played basketball for 5 years? I mean, everything is developing.
Well, it's also he's going to get to Minnesota, and they're going to, as you said, they're going to coach him up on exactly what he needs to learn. They're going to drill him on the specific things that they need him to do.
That Minnesota team, bro, they've got some Dillingham and can be a heater, and then Terrence Shannon, who we got to see play some in the West
playoffs.
Yeah, we get to see him in the West Finals. Come in and have 9 points in 3 minutes and whatever.
Looked like he belonged.
Super athlete too. Oh boy, they got. It's crazy for a team that's been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. They have some really, really fun, exciting young players, and that is just not typical. You don't usually see that with teams that have had that level of success, right? They've traded away their draft picks, typically, to have that success, or they're drafting so late they ain't got anybody that's fun to watch. But no, this team, they got some fun young players on that team, for sure.
So my first one is, it's someone everyone expected to be good, and it's Trey Johnson, right?
Oh,
he was picked high, scorer. Everyone expected him to be good. And one of the reasons I love him is not just, he played well, he scored, is you watch so much basketball that you kind of get used to how people get their shots off and how the actions work and this and that. Trey Johnson hit awkward shots, really awkward shots. In the first possession against the Nets, the ball sort of bounces out to him. It wasn't a pass in the shooting pocket. And he has to take a step to his right to gather it. And it's super low to the ground. And I just watch so much basketball. Usually someone doesn't just launch after getting picking up a semi-loose ball. And he just gathers it, boom, bucket. He did this spin move thing in the first game against the Suns where it's he spun over his right shoulder and then went into a Dirk fadeaway. It was just awkward. Multi-levels, get into the basket, sidestep, pull-ups mid-range. He took tough shots that just seemed very out of rhythm of what I'm used to watching. And he's walking into threes, sort of running into threes. I just think that he's just seemed like such a natural scorer, and he got his buckets in such a weird way that I think there's a really, really, really high potential for him in the Wizards.
I don't think that he would mind me saying this, but a guy who I've known for a very long time, JJ Outlaw, is one of the assistants. He's actually coaching their summer league team, and I asked him about those guys, Johnson, Sarr, all the guys that he's got, and he was like, no. He's like, Johnson is special.
Yeah.
And JJ's been an assistant for a myriad of different NBA teams. He's been around a bunch of really good players, and he's like, no, he's got the thing, right?
He has, too.
Again, you never know if these guys are going to, reach what they are, but he has true star potential. A lot of guys don't have star potential, right? They got career potential. But there's a difference in the guys that have the star potential.
He had a wraparound pass. You wrap the ball around the defender to Riley. It was with his left hand. Again, an NBA player throwing a pass with his left hand isn't something to write home about. But it was just
sure.
He had a good vision, looking for other people, scoring awkwardly. I loved watching him. I'm sold.
Also, you see his interviews. He's mega impressive, kid. Really, I'll tell you this. That is one of the things that stood out from this summer league. These rookies are just not like they used to be. Yeah. They're just not.
Different
I've
generation.
been covering the league for a long, long time. These kids are so much more comfortable answering questions, being on camera, being with the microphone in their face. And I think part of that is a function of the social media generation, right?
Yeah.
That they've been on camera their whole life, right? They've been talking to people but they are so much better at expressing themselves than players of the past, and well thought out. And they're just, they feel so much more like pros than rookies. I find that to be true over and over again, where I talk to them and I walk away, and this younger generation is so much more impressive. I can't express that to you. I probably am saying what is typically the opposite of what somebody that's been covering the NBA for a long time would say. But this generation is infinitely more impressive than 10 years ago or 20 years ago. It's not even close. It's not even close. They are so much more equipped to deal with that. And I think part of it is I really do. I think if you want to say, cell phones and apps and everything are ruining society, I will tell you a benefit of that is guys being able to, express themselves and also not be, they're just not shy like they were. There's not that many shy guys left, like truly reserved and shy. There were tons of them back in the day. It's not very typical. And I think that's probably because they've all got mixtapes by the time they're 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they've been streaming for the first 10 hours a day. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I was so mad. Everybody I was with ran into Kyrie except for me. Oh. You do not see this? He became the first NBA player to ever stream for 24 hours. So he was walking around the win, streaming. And everybody, and I was like, damn it, man. I really would. I wish I could have gotten on his stream.
I'm going to become a streamer.
You should. My next one, Kyle Filipowski. Oh, my God.
I mean, dominant.
Why are these white guys killing Summer League so much? Filipowski, Reed Shepherd, Drew Timme, the guy that hit the game winner last night against Filipowski, Riley Minix. It's like, oh, my God.
Furphy with the dunk?
Look at Cooper Flagg's influence. No, anyway, Filipowski, here's all I'm going to say about him. For years and years, I've talked about this. Like, you go back and you go and look at, for their entire prep career, players get ranked amongst their peers. And they're all at every Nike EYBL event. There's guys that slip through the cracks for sure. But that Nike EYBL event and the Peach Jam and the whatever. And here's the 4 and 5 star guys. Here's the biggest recruits. Here's the McDonald's All-Americans. And if you go back and look through these top 10, top 20 high school classes, you're going to see it is absolutely littered with guys that ended up having NBA careers, right? These guys have been identified for a long time. Filipowski was always supposed to be amongst his peers. He was better than them every time, over and over and over again. Everybody watched them all play, and they said Kyle Filipowski's better than them. I'm not telling you that. And again, he wasn't number one in the class, but there's a couple of, this is going to follow a theme. Trust me on this. When I get to my last one, Filipowski, though, all those things, top 10 high school player, McDonald's All-American, Duke, right? Good at Duke. Okay, we shouldn't be surprised. But he dropped to the second round of the draft. And there was all that weird stuff that was going on with the stories about him and whatever else in the family and whatever. And you don't know, but look, ended up in a perfect spot, Mormon culture in Utah. He is destroying people in Summer League. I saw him in Utah, and then in Vegas, he is averaging 29 points a game.
Leading scorer.
56% from the field, 39% from three. And last night, with 5 seconds left and the game on the line, the poster dunk, and then he runs out to midcourt and he says some things. I am not fully aware of the Mormon religion, but I'm unsure if they appreciate
I
the
do
F
watch
word.
that show, though.
I don't know if they like the F word or not, but he does because, buddy, he was telling whoever was at that arena knew Kyle Filipowski. That's what I do. And I was like, hold the phone. Kyle Filipowski? And if you're going to be like at 7 foot driving from the top of the key, poster dunking on people and then barking at the crowd. And I was like, okay, all right. 29 points a game. Look, they're going to suck again, but they might actually be reasonably fun to watch. Like, I think that between him and Collier and Ace Bailey and maybe Cody Williams and some of the young guys on their team, like they might not just be a drag to watch. I think they went from, it was annoying because Colin Sexton and John Collins would be playing well.
Yeah.
And Will Hardy would just bench them in the third. So, and they also had Jordan Clarkson too. So they were an annoying tank because it's like, you have to intentionally do this to lose or else you're going to win some games. Mm-hmm. This team is so young, like they ain't intentionally winning or unintentionally having to do anything, right? They're just going to go and play, and they've just rounded it up with a bunch of first and second year players that are all going to get all these minutes. And so they actually might be reasonably fun to watch and less frustrating because you're just getting to watch young players develop rather than the opposite, which is, okay, these guys kind of play with a couple vets and then they just pull them. They're just going to, they're going to lose every night. But
oh yeah,
Filipowski and Ace Bailey, and you'll see some of them, they'll just figure out which of these three young ones do we really want to develop. And Filipowski's certainly leader in the clubhouse on that front, him and Bailey.
Leading scorer
in the whole summer league.
Well, you know who number 2 is?
Who?
My number 2. I'm watching the Thunder Nets game because I want to see Topic, who I liked. Whatever.
Oh.
I like Topic. You know, a lot of upside. And I'm like, oh yeah, Drew Timme was on the Nets last year. Like during like the end of the season when they weren't trying to win games. I was like, oh yeah, Drew Timme from Gonzaga. And I always felt at Gonzaga, I loved his game. Just like a post player, jump hook you to death.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It could pass a little bit. It reminded me kind of like Luke Garza, where you're kind of like, these are college players, but they're not NBA players.
Right.
Timme was impressive.
But
like he stood out.
But he does all that same stuff.
Yeah. But it's like he's hitting threes.
It's a post up like bonanza, and it's like nobody posts up anymore.
No one does. But
I don't know if there's a place for it because he's not exactly like get to the rim and shoot threes guys, which is what everybody wants, but mid-range assassin.
And he's just like, he looked like he didn't belong there. Like kind of like Filipowski. It was kind of like, you're sort of like ruining the experience for everybody else because you're too good at this. Like he looked like a second-year pro who spent the last 365 days being coached by professional coaches, running a professional offense, getting to his spots and getting what he needs to do. Like he started the game against the Wizards with a 3, and then he had a post up, and then he had a roll, and then he had another 3, and then he dunked on Sarr. This is just still the first half.
Just better than everyone. He's better.
He looked great. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be a great NBA player, but he stood out when you watch these games. It was just like, oh, he doesn't belong here. He was good.
On the other side, I don't care what his stats are. And he played a little, and then he had like a turf toe thing where he was out. He was even playing like minutes over Caruso. Think about this in Oklahoma City sometimes. That AJ Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm like, dude, they freaking hit another one.
Yeah. He was playing that like the pre-Vegas Summer League stuff.
He's going to be fantastic.
Like his first game, it was just like, why is he here? It was just like, why is he here?
He's going to be. He's. They got another one. They hit another one with him, and he got that first season kind of screwed by injury, even though he was able to come back at the end of the year. But I mean, they've signed him up to a contract already, and you can see it. There's times where you're watching him, and you're like, oh yeah, he's the best player out here.
Yeah, and Topic again didn't blow you away, but just really good instincts, really good passer.
Last one I'm going to give is, and this falls in line with I always like the second-year guys. That's why I mentioned Filipowski, right? Like the second-year guys going and proving, like, okay, like I'm better than these guys.
Yeah,
like,
Timme and Filipowski did that.
And they got NBA minutes, in their first year and maybe uneven. But now this second year, they're going to show, like, you're always concerned if the second year guy is not one of the better players on the floor. But you're thrilled when it's like, oh, yeah, he's better than these guys. And that is Ron Holland. And Ron Holland, same thing. That was the number one player in the high school class.
Yeah.
So, and then.
But he didn't sit the bench last year either. He played.
He played. And then he wasn't, right? You're not trustworthy enough for playoff minutes, right? Big minutes. But Ron Holland has got like a lot of raw talent, and he's got a super edge to him. He's just got to be able to knock, and he was knocking down threes so far in the summer league. Like, bro, if he can knock down some threes, I mean, between him and Thompson and Ivy and Cunningham and Duran, like, they were already good last year. The Pistons were already good. They were already good last year. And the Knicks series was a great series. And they won 2 games in Madison Square Garden. Like, that was a great experience for a young team. But, I mean, if Holland now turns into, like, if he takes the big leap forward, and that goes along with getting Ivy back
Ivy's
in the fold. And
Coach Cade Cunningham out there just coaching everybody. JB Bickerstaff just taking a nap on the sideline, apparently.
Unbelievable. No, don't misconstrue that. That was supposed to be a positive. How dare you?
My last one. We have to talk, Murno.
Yep.
We have to talk.
All right.
Like during the playoffs, you had the Thunder aren't going to win. No one's ever won at this age. And you stuck to your guns. In Game 7, it looked like it was going to go your way, and it didn't. We all know what happened. But I was, it was my first year doing this with you, and I really just appreciated how you didn't back off your take. And when I started backed off my Julius Randle will disappoint you take, you're like, are you sure you want to back off that? Because he's playing well. And then, of course, he disappointed in the last couple games.
Yeah, I should have just taken your take. It would have been way better for me.
And I really appreciate how you are loyal to your previous takes. You don't back off them.
I'm not, dude. I honestly, I feel I am so insecure about me being a takesman after I met Target Guy. I don't have takes. My takes are pathetic.
Listen, it's the off season. We all have to sort of like get some new tools, and Target Guy's an inspiration. Maybe you should spend some. Maybe he should be like a shooting coach. He should be like Hakeem Olajuwon for big men. That you just spend some time in the offseason with Target Guy and develop some new takeosity. But do we have to back off our young Hansen young takes?
Rich Paul's a genius.
I mean,
out of the crowd.
I understand why people compare him to Jokic because he is slow as all hell. Like he can't move. He is so slow.
I swear to God, there was a play. So that was one of the games I went to. There were plays.
Yeah, he played the Grizzlies.
That it felt like 9 guys were already down the court.
I'm telling you, so
I'm like, are you just gonna hang out back there?
Is he wearing ski boots? What was he wearing on his feet?
They've got to get him to where he can like hit look, his biggest weapon, you know how like they used to have on the back of NBA Live, you would like turn it over and it would say, do Tim Hardaway's UTEP 2-step, and it was like the killer crossover, and it would have like all the moves
signature
of these
moves.
guys.
Yeah.
He needs the trail 3. Always the young Hansen trailing 3, just trailing the play. He finally shows back up, and every time he just bangs down the top of the key 3.
Chauncey's going to be like, Young, when the other team shoots, don't box out. Don't try to get the rebound. Just start running because we need you on offense. You're not going to get there.
So we need to back off that he's going to stink?
I don't think so. But, I mean, listen.
I don't know.
He threw some nice passes.
He's not out of the woods yet. He
threw some nice passes. I'm not backing off the take. He's just, I just can't. I mean, with those feet, but like he had it's all of his passes, the little highlight passes were all the same thing. It was players making back cuts and no one playing help defense. So he's got the vision from the top of the key to hit one of his guys who's cutting. That was the only sort of like being as slow as a sloth and also still being effective on an NBA floor is the only thing he has in common with Jokic. But I'm not backing off that take.
He does have good court vision. He does.
He has great court vision.
He does. Good court vision, right? I don't know.
And can block some shots. Good help defense, too. Like, good help. He blocked a couple shots I did not expect him to block. Like, Chet does that sometimes, where I'm like, how'd you get over there? You know what I mean? Like, he had good anticipation instincts on both sides of the floor.
And he feels like he could be, like, even a short spurt effective. You know what I mean? I've seen guys like this in the past. Like, look, I'm not telling you he's Boban. I'm saying you come in, this guy gets you points, this guy gets you rebounds, he blocks some shots. He actually impacts the game in a short amount of time. He is never going to be a 35-minute basketball player.
I call those guys per 36 guys. Because you're going to read, there's going to be some tweet like, Hansen Young, per 36. He's actually Hakeem Olajuwon mixed with Shaquille O'Neal. It's like, yeah, there's a reason he hasn't played 36 minutes.
Yeah, all right. Look, he will never average 30 minutes a game in the NBA. Never. I mean, that's the one take I will tell you. Like, he's going to be I'm not telling you he's going to be a total bum. I'm just telling you, like, slow down on the whole, he could be a star. Like, come on. No.
I'm not backing off the take, but it's just something to consider as friends. I wanted to let you know that the opportunity was there. People are very excited about him. I'm sticking to my young Hansen is not going to be a great NBA player because I could outrun him backwards. The Jokic brother could outrun him. The Target guy could outrun him.
He is fun to watch, though. Yeah. It's like it's seriously like a character.
But it's not just like the highlights. Also, like some people are fun because you see him on social media If you watch the whole game because he's playing the Grizzlies, like he contributes.
Yeah. No,
he contributes.
I'm not telling you he's terrible. Hey, look, I don't know. We'll see what he ends. No, I'm just saying we'll see what he ends up being. I don't know what the ceiling is for something like it, but I mean, he is fun to watch, and I love his interviews, and I love his laugh, and I love that he naps and plays 2K.
Yeah.
Right? And it's fun. It's fun to, it's no fun to crap on a guy like that. He got drafted a lot higher than anybody expected him to get drafted, and he's fun to watch. He's fun. Yes. If he comes in the game, it's like Taco Fall. Every time Taco Fall comes in the game, it's like, this is awesome.
Yeah. It's like a Yuki kind of a thing where it's just like crowd favorite.
Is awesome.
Garbage time, does some really fun stuff. It's like Taco Fall, Yuki. The crowd's going to be chanting, Young, Hansen, Young, Hansen, Young.
All right. Few things before we get out of here.
Quick.
Tell me what you think about the LeBron stuff.
It's typical LeBron stuff. Nothing's going to happen. They're not going to trade him. He's not going anywhere. It'll be interesting next year, but this year he's going to drag the Lakers down with his drama. It's what's going to happen. They're going to be fine. They're going to be in the playoffs.
This is just stay in headlines? You think this is stay in headlines stuff?
No, I think he's pissed, and I think he's just kind of like being a jerk. I think he's mad because
the first time the world hasn't revolved around him, team wise.
Yes, and it's the first time that he's looking at the end of the season being an unrestricted free agent.
Also, doesn't have leverage.
Not really.
Not in the same way. It was always, bro, do what I want you to do, right? Build around me right now. And it's like, bro, they have a different timeline.
It doesn't make sense. Like, I think everyone's doing what they should do. If I'm Rob Pelinka, I'm not trading Austin Reeves in the one pick that we can trade to bring in such and such to win now. It doesn't make sense. And if I'm LeBron James, I'm not just going to like take the veteran minimum or like, you know what I mean? Like, just everyone's playing their position, but he's not going to get traded. Anything can happen, but he's not going to get traded. I can't see it.
I think he ends up in Dallas some way, somehow. It just feels like the Nico thing, and then they traded Luka. Like it just feels like destiny to me. You know what would be the funniest thing Rob Pelinka could do? Is buy out Bronny James.
Not just wave him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wave him. Yeah. We're good.
Joel Embiid, not cleared yet, but it says that he's going to be ready for training camp. And then we get the Paul George news. What is
the Paul George news?
Dude.
What happened?
Another surgery. And so, like, remember last year, he went out and they said he had, like, an injection in his knee and an injection in his abductor?
Yeah.
And that's why he was out for the rest of the year last year. After he said he was going to stop podcasting to focus on the season, and they still sucked.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, hey, no, it actually wasn't the podcast fault. I'm injured." That's what it is.
If you look at their roster on paper, and again, if there's a world in which they've got Maxey, McCain, Edgecombe, Paul George, and Joel Embiid, and Dame's out, and Tatum's out, and Halliburton's out. There's a world where you could once again in October convince yourself that the Sixers are one of the best teams in the East.
Yes.
There's a world where that can happen, but it's just, the bad news isn't coming midseason; it's coming preseason this year.
Do you think the Clippers are just the bottles of champagne they must be popping?
It's hard to pop the bottles of champagne when Kawhi Leonard is just still
no. But just that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
That contract is going to look unbelievably terrible. Unbelievably.
Oh, yeah.
Maxing him out, the amount of money that's going to be on your book. His knee might just be shot, bro. Why are you having to get another one? He hurt it in a workout?
During a workout.
Oh.
Okay.
He's no spring chicken either. And it's like, bro, you got do you have a good knee left with him and Embiid? I tell you this, you got enough braces around there. If he needs braces, they got every size. Pitiful.
Also, I'm going to regret saying this. Not a great podcaster either. You know what I mean? Doesn't even have that to lean back on.
Here we go.
Doesn't even have that to lean back on.
All right, Wemby's back for on-court activity, which is great news considering the any of the blood clot stuff is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
It's cost guys careers.
That's great news. One of the things I found interesting was he did an interview and he was like, we shouldn't sort of trade for a star and try to win that way. The Spurs organization's always done a really good job of building and sort of drafting and sort of being consistent and, not doing anything rash, right? I was thinking that and I was like, the De'Aaron Fox trade was probably a mistake. It's probably a mistake. At the time, they didn't know they were going to get the second pick.
Yeah.
But with Harper?
Yeah, but it might take him 3 years. So I think you can 2-timeline that thing too.
Do you extend him if you're the Spurs?
Again, you're talking about when you're ready to win, right? And I do think that Wemby is ready to win now. De'Aaron Fox is ready to win now. Yeah. I'm higher on De'Aaron Fox than I think a lot of people are. And I think De'Aaron Fox is certainly can be one of the best guards in the league and certainly in the Western Conference. If I bring him to the party, if he doesn't hurt his thumb, they take down that Warriors team, I think.
Probably.
The one where they got 50 dropped on them, right?
Yeah.
So De'Aaron Fox, I'm high on him, and I think I do think that you're going to be able to win now, and then by the time the De'Aaron Fox thing is done in San Antonio, Dylan Harper's got to be ready to win. It takes a while, man. A ball in your hands, rookie point guards. You're not gonna be ready to win immediately with Dylan Harper. And so, are you gonna wait on the 4 years it's gonna take for Dylan Harper to become the player he's gonna become? Right? And it's I actually kind of like this. I think it worked out actually well. I'll zag on that one. I think it worked out well. Where this is gonna be the best case scenario for Harper and Castle to develop while still having a guy that could go out there and be awesome every night and kind of be the elite level perimeter guy to go along with the elite level, post guy.
Fair.
I think it'll be good. Yeah. And Wemby's going to be, look, if he's healthy, we're
top 5 MVP.
We're very close to him dominating the league.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes. On both ends of the floor. Defensively,
Yep. Thoughts on Michael Porter Jr.? You going to go, did you get your Brooklyn season tickets yet?
No. I might even pay to watch the games. If Drew Timme, they got Drew Timme involved.
Gotham Network or whatever.
Yeah, what's it called? The Gotham Sports app.
What do you get on that besides the Nets?
It's all the New York teams. It's Rangers and Islanders.
But the Knicks are different.
And mess. You have to pay individually for all of it. It's a mess.
Wait, but the Knicks are different.
No, they're on there too. The Knicks are on there. That's why I have it.
So why were you able to watch the Knicks but not the Nets?
Because it's an upcharge. Just like everything else, New York is more expensive. So you buy the Knicks for some ungodly price, right? I don't know what it is, like $60 a month or something. And then they're like, for another $30 a month, we'll give you the Nets too. And I just couldn't push the button. I just could not do it. I just couldn't.
It should be $5.
They should throw it in for free.
$5 extra bucks for the Nets.
They should give you a discount. They should be like $60 is just the Knicks, $50 for the Knicks and the Nets.
If you'll take the Nets.
Have
you seen Michael Porter Jr. billboards up all over town?
No. Jerseys everywhere though. Everywhere. But he goes. They asked him about getting traded. He goes, "Well, I'm traded." He goes, "What were your response to getting traded?" "I was on a plane." He goes, "Well, I'm traded." And then I took a nap. I loved it so much. Completely, his career is just pivoting. His life is so different, but he still is just so chill that he's just like unconscious moments later. I love it.
I mean, I guess when he signed for $200 million or whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm a big nap guy too. I love naps.
Last thing before we get out of here. Everywhere I was going in Vegas, like when you would drive down the strip, you would see these signs. You see the signs for, it'll be Kelly Clarkson, Donny Osmond, the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere, like all this stuff. But also these bars that you would pass by, they all said Love Island Watch Party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a thing that's going on. And you're a Love Island guy, right?
I'm a Love Island guy.
That people are going to bars like it's the World Cup.
New York has it too. If you don't have a Love Island watch party at your bar, you don't have a bar.
What is going on? And how did you get involved in this?
It's Love Island isn't just taking these couples and putting them on an island and creating a bond romantically between the two of them. Love Island is keeping millions of couples together and strengthening their bonds because it's something that you watch with your wife. That's what's happening. Is Love Island is spreading love around the world. The island that they're talking about is the continents in North America. That's the Love Island.
So if you are watching it with your wife, you get to harmoniously say, look at these jackasses.
Not really. You just get to, it gives you something to talk about for it. First of all, the show, they game the system. Because the show, it's an every day except for hump day. So it's 6 days a week and it's like an hour and a half. And as someone who is a television producer, that show should not be an hour and a half. The pace of that show is like watching young Hansen run down the court. It's just like, this should be going faster. It's so slow paced because there's something about like the minutes watched that Peacock gets. So if you make it an hour and a half, it's like double the minutes watched if you make it 44 minutes, which is just like, it's insane. But there's so much of it and it's so dramatic and it's so stupid. It's the dumbest show, but it just gives me and my wife something to do for an hour and a half and something to talk about for the other 5 hours that we have in the day. And it's been a great experience. And I look forward.
It's helping your relationship. Not to mention, from what I gather, I have not watched the show, but I have an awareness.
It's a lifestyle. It's not just a show.
Because of the internet, I see it.
Yeah.
And it appears to me that everybody on there is like super hot, right? So
everyone's hot.
You get horny watching it, and that helps too.
Everyone's hot. Everyone's hot.
Everyone's hot.
Oh, and Tucker reminded me, there's 2 professional basketball players on there. 2. They're not the NBA players. They play overseas. A couple guys play overseas. Like they had a basketball game. I don't want to do too much Love Island, but on the show, the producers had all these basketball players like, let's play basketball. Everybody looked like they played at least high school varsity. Not one dud. They had 6 guys out there.
Wow.
Not one dud. Like, honestly, it was like, I was like, I don't know if I could play in that game. You know what I mean? It was like, they look good. Even the little dudes looked like they could ball. It was a really good experience.
Maybe that was part of the tryouts.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was. No. Everyone's hot and everyone is dumb. Like, I think if you're on that show, you can't be like a ambitious, intelligent human because you'd be like, what am I doing here? I'm going home. You know what I mean? It's great. R.I.P. Love Island. And I just want to say that Target guy and the Jokic brother just really warmed my heart and put me in a really good mood for the rest of my week. Thank you very much for that, Chris Vernon.
I would have given anything for you to be with me when I saw him for the first time.
I would have stared at him.
Actually, both of them. Both.
You know how like Target guy spent the whole plane ride like thinking about what he was going to say to you? I would just stare at Jokic brother and be like, "What is my in?" Like he was like a hot girl I want to talk to. Like, how do I get in a conversation with that man? And I don't know what my opener would be. I'm a big fan of yours. You know what I mean?
Why are you here? I mean, yeah, you want to.
I don't know. Can I get you a drink? I don't.
Have
you seen the Backstreet Boys? I don't know.
If something breaks out here, save
me. Can you name 3 Kelly Clarkson songs?
Hey, no, that's what I should do. I should have walked up to him and gone, "Hey, if something pops off in here, I'm on your team."
Yeah.
I'm on your team. All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. Thank you to our executive producer, Jesse Lopez, as always. Thanks to Tucker on video and Jacoby. I'll talk to you next week.